Today, I'm diving into some real talk about money, the kind of conversations that people shy away from, but are so important, especially for women looking to build wealth and secure their future. If you're new here, I'm Heather, and this channel is all about empowering you to build your wealth, face financial challenges head on, and live life on your own terms. Have you ever felt like you're getting paid less than what you deserve? I know I have. I think I'm definitely underpaid as a woman. I'm a financial director of a small construction company, and I'm pretty sure that a man in my position would be on at least 5% more. I work long hours. I start at about 7:30 in the morning and go on till well after 5 every day, and yet I still feel underpaid. This is affecting my confidence, especially when it comes to talking about money or advocating for myself. But I'm learning, slowly and surely, to speak up. It's no surprise, really. According to the World Economic Forum, the global gender pay gap is still about 20%, meaning on average, women earn 20% less than men for doing the same work. It's so important that we discuss salaries openly. I believe this is why rich people talk about money. They're not afraid to negotiate, compare, and know their worth. I think people should be talking about salaries, especially if you're a woman doing the same job as a man. It needs to be known that you're on equal pay. Have you ever taken time off to care for a loved one? I recently took some time off to care for my grandma. Even though it was just a couple of days, I didn't get paid for that time. I'm lucky enough to have an emergency fund, so financially it wasn't that much of a setback. But the bigger shock to me was the attitude that I faced when I went back to work. It was almost as if I'd taken a holiday or a day off, rather than doing something as essential and tiring as caregiving. I have mad respect for mothers who work too, and it made me think about how tough it must be for a parent to have to go through this all the time. Like I said, I'm good with personal finance, and I've built myself a little life buffer pot, and I have a healthy investment portfolio. I don't believe that women can have it all, like they say, unless they are extremely privileged. For the normal working woman is incredibly difficult, and you have to put your career on hold to be the caregiver, which gives the man the role of the breadwinner. Obviously, not every family is structured this way, but the majority still are. Personally, I'd find it very difficult to surrender my income and freedom to someone, even if they are the love of my life. Now, let's talk about who makes the financial decisions in the household. I've recently taken back control of mine after coming out of a long-term relationship. Managing my own finances has been so empowering, and I want the same for all of you. If you're feeling hesitant about taking your first step towards investing or long-term planning, trust me, I've been there. The hardest part is getting started, but once you do, it's a game changer. I use my Ultimate Wealth Planner every month, and seeing my net worth grow bit by bit is incredibly motivating. Ending a relationship can be a major financial upheaval. I've been there too. I spent 15 years in a bad relationship, and one of the main reasons I stayed for so long was the financial aspect of it. Luckily, we weren't married, because I can't even imagine how hard a divorce is. But here's the thing that I learned. The cost of staying with him wasn't worth it compared to the freedom that I have now. Yes, living alone is more expensive, but the emotional and mental space that I have gained is priceless. If you're going through a similar transition, just remember to breathe. It won't always be this hard. Take small steps, like organising your finances or setting achievable goals. I promise you, it's a lot easier than staying in a bad relationship. I've also noticed more women getting divorced in retirement, and because of the wage gap and career breaks, a lot of women have a lot less money in retirement. Please take a good look at your retirement plan and ensure that you have got enough to set yourself up for the future. Start now to make sure that you have enough to pay for your own retirement. One of my goals is to make personal finance less intimidating for all of us. I invest in a mix of tax-advantaged accounts. I have an ISA, a LISA, and a SIP, and all of them are invested into low-cost global index funds, because I believe that is my ticket to financial freedom. I'm projected to retire with 2.5 million if I carry on as I am. Schools and workplaces should do so much more to educate us about money, but until they do, we have to educate ourselves. The finance industry likes to make things sound complicated to justify their fees, but investing doesn't have to be. I've moved my workplace pension into a self-invested personal pension, and it's doing so much better now that it's under my control than it was doing being managed by somebody else. So what are your financial goals right now? Mine is to buy my freedom. I want to retire early, but I also want to live life fully along the way. For me, that means spending in line with my values: travel, learning, health, and spending time with loved ones. I've got a values worksheet in the description if you want to use it to figure out what matters to you. I have definitely felt pressured to spend in ways that don't align with my values. It's so easy to fall into the trap of spending on things that we don't need due to social pressures. Ads that tell us that we'll be prettier, healthier and happier if we buy their products. It's something that I'm still working on, and I know it's a process. But women are targeted more heavily by ads, especially for beauty products, wellness products and household items. We're bombarded with messages that tell us to look a certain way, keep a perfect home, and be everything to everyone. And this kind of targeted marketing often plays on our insecurities and reinforces societal expectations that we should be responsible for household purchases. In fact, studies show that women make around 70 to 80% of all consumer purchasing decisions. It's no wonder that we feel the pressure to spend more, whether that's on the food shop, home goods, or on products that promise to make us look better or feel better. This is why it's so important to be mindful of our spending and to question whether our purchases align with our true values, or are we just trying to meet unrealistic expectations. I'm learning to be more conscious with my spending, especially when it comes to impulse buys influenced by targeted ads. I'm getting better, but it's a work in progress. Ultimately, financial independence is about having choices. For me, it's about having the time to dedicate to the things that I love. This channel, my passions, and my relationships. The advice I give to my younger self is simple. Start investing now. Compound interest is a powerful force, and the sooner that you start, the greater the impact. Time is the most valuable asset that we have. Thanks for sticking around for this conversation today. If anything resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's lift each other up and keep building our wealth. If you're interested in any of the resources that I mentioned, check out the links below. And don't forget to subscribe for more real talk about money, career, and living your best life. See you next time.